Hi, Professor Finney. This is Frank Kirby. I am turning in this is my week 3 assignment 3B teaching video. I'm going to be doing it a little bit different, but hopefully I can still show you that I understand all the concepts and show you that I've learned what we're talking about here. We're expected to do a teaching video. Unfortunately, I don't even know who I would be teaching. I teach history and English in 8th grade. We're completely online. I just have 1 hour a day. I'm not in uh, your typical multi-subject class. But what I do have is I'm part of the skate club there, and also the surf club there. I even have my little, even though it's Fresno, the Surf Fresno team there in my school. It's just an extracurricular club. And with what we've been learning, I thought it'd be interesting to teach about waves and bring the actual science and NGSS standards into a lesson. Teaching waves and surf is something I did way before I was a teacher as a junior guard instructor. And the way we did it was to allow junior guards and surfers to understand when set waves were going to come in versus lulls, which applied to them, because then let them understand when rip currents were going to hit or when big waves were going to come in. When, as a lifeguard, as a junior lifeguard, they should be looking for hazards like that. And then also as a surfer, when to go. And I thought it really interesting when I looked up into the NGSS standards that the middle school years have exactly what I need if I wanted to teach that in a class. So here we are. I just started scrolling through and searching like crazy, and came across a couple of standards that I thought would work. Here in the middle school, waves and electromagnetic, they're talking about, I understand they're not talking about ocean waves, but in teaching this lesson and teaching to this standard here, use mathematical representations to describe a simple model for a wave. An ocean wave really is just a visible wave. It has all of the same characteristics of what we're talking about, electromagnetic waves, the ones that you can't see. And if you look at the MSPS 4 standard, emphasis is on describing waves with both qualitative and quantitative thinking. Describe a simple model for waves that include how amplitude of a wave is related to the energy of a wave. When you're a lifeguard, that's exactly what we're looking at. And you can also compare this and connect it to, kind of cross-cut it with the weather and climate. We were able to teach how the different changings in weather and climate is what creates the storms and ultimately creates the waves. We'd go further into it and explain how storms from different sections of Earth come together, and that's what actually creates your bigger waves and smaller waves. If you have swell coming in from the south, swell coming in from the north, when they hit, you get to use math at that point. So you get to do not cross-cutting, but also bring in math standards with fractions, where the students get to figure out, okay, if I have one wave over here that has 20 seconds in length and 3 feet at height, and a wave coming in this direction that has 15 seconds in length and 6 feet at height, how often do they connect to where the wave heights are at the same time each time, creating set waves versus creating lulls? There at junior guards and at the ocean, this is important, because when you're watching the surf and trying to figure out if it's safe to go out, which way is the water moving, which ways it's pushing, understanding the amount of energy that comes through, relating length of wave versus height of wave in one direction as opposed to another set coming in from another direction, you can really look and understand what's going to go on with the beach. For my students, that's an interesting way to connect it to them. And so it really does pull from MS, ESS 2.5, and then, like I said, going back to over here, waves and electromagnetic. But what was really cool is just going through the NGSS website. I found that they already had a lesson plan here for us. And if you scrolling through, it's exactly what I was talking about, the energy of ocean waves, middle school classroom task. And this would be something I'd really like to teach out to my classroom. So I know it's not teaching the class, but hopefully it's understanding